I'm back for more. How do we sound? How do we sound? Dang it. Alright, while I'm waiting for people to show up, I need to take a little break. Hello, just sent a donation. Thank you. All right, and what is your question? See your donation right here. Getting the cards ready. Yeah, ask how Chris is feeling about me. He is new Scorpio I'm dating and just found out he only broke up with his ex Libra a month ago. Nervous he's not over her yet. Let's see here. Make sure I have it clear in my mind. All right. I can give you a reading like kind of more as you relate to the situation. Like I never want to peer too deeply into how other people are feeling because I feel like that's a little unfair. But we can give you a reading like how the situation relates to you and like insight in that way. Would that be okay? This is fine. All right. So let's see here. So we would like a tarot reading for Clay Townsend. Not sure if I'm saying your name right, I'm probably not, but we would like a reading for Townsend in the chat on the situation regarding Chris, a new Scorpio that this person's dating, found out he only broke up with his ex Libra a month ago. What insights can we gain into this situation in a Celtic cross? Let us find out. Celtic cross on this situation. insights does the universe have? Looks like we're almost there. Celtic cross on this situation. That's it. All right, let's see what we've got. I feel like my chair is just sliding all over the place. All right. Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, Four of Cups reversed, King of Wands, the Magician, Page of Cups reversed, Four of Swords reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, Wheel of Fortune, and the final outcome of Three of Wands reversed. All right, let us see here. So this is regarding Chris, a Scorpio. Only broke up with his ex Libra a month ago. Nervous that he's not over her yet. All right, let us see. So the Libra indeed is showing up here as the Queen of Swords for the challenge card. So we have her in the area. Let's see, he's a Scorpio, so he could be the Page of Cups reversed, so that might point to other things. Let me calculate this here real quick. Well, it looks like for one thing, there's probably still a lot of there's a lot of activity buzzing in his mind, most likely, about the situation with that Page of Swords for the current outside influences, all kinds of considerations. So, and just the fact that the Queen of Swords showed up like that, which would indicate a female air sign, shows that, well, she's probably still on his mind. I mean, she's obviously, on your mind as a potential issue, like if he's not over her or whatever. Let's see what else. Well, for the near future, you have the Page of Cups reversed, which can indicate a situation with a lover that's not quite right. But then after that, you have the Ten of Swords reversed for the outside force coming in, narrowly escaping some kind of defeat or recovery from something or something like this. And let's see. You have the Three of Wands for the final outcome, but I'm actually going to draw one more card to make this perhaps a bit more clear. And it's the Page of Pentacles reversed. Well, Three of Wands, and then with the Page of Pentacles reversed mixed in. Well, I could see this going one of two ways. If it's a more positive outcome, a 3 reversed means that there's no longer going to be 3 people that we're sort of worried about in the situation here. There's just going to be 2. It's going to be you and him. But if it manifests negatively, then it could be that, especially with that Page of Pentacles reversed, it could be that this exciting relationship is not exactly going to turn out the way that you wanted it to. Geez, as for which one's more likely, it's really hard to say. Let me see here. Well, the cards are not indicating definite defeat, right? So by that measure, however, whatever dynamics are really at play in the situation, I don't think it's going to be anything disastrous. Like, it's not going to be anything horrible, though there may still be some challenges involved. Let's see, you've also got Four of Swords reversed for your attitude or position in the situation. That could be like a sort of restlessness and stuff like that, and difficulty in figuring out what is actually happening. But whatever happens, or whatever's likely to happen at this point, I'm not getting any strong indicators of any kind of real disaster, though it could still be challenging. I wish you would have told me sooner. I've been through a situation like this before and afraid to go through it again. Yeah, that's very understandable. Well, I always tell people, just as general advice, we tend to attract that which we haven't fully processed within ourselves. So if you feel like there's a sort of traumatic situation from the past, it would be best to process that and try to make peace with that in some way. And then it'll become far less likely that any unwanted outcomes will take place. So I hope that answers your question. Is there anything else that you're wondering about this reading that I could perhaps tell you? So there was a guy I was in love with decided to go back to his ex-wife. I wasn't aware that he still had feelings for her. It's been rough. Yeah, wow. I can imagine. Yeah, that would be rough for anyone. Yeah, my best advice would be to try to find a way to make peace with that, which I know that's easier said than done. But we do, whenever we haven't fully processed something, we attract other situations that are like those, because the universe is basically trying to get us to process it. So I'm not saying that's for sure what's happening here, though it could be based on these cards. Can I still donate? Yes, you can. Get a reading? Yes. You can donate any amount you want, and I'll give you a reading on anything you want. Thank you so much. It gives me some insight. This Scorpio has been back-to-back relationships before. Well, you're very welcome, and I'm happy I could give you some insight. Yeah, well, relationships are probably the biggest part of being human, and they're always going to have challenges in some way, shape, or form. So I wish you luck, and thanks for getting a reading from me. I really appreciate it. Also, it's me, Ariel. I did paste the donation link in the chat if you want to use the PayPal one, which is what I prefer. But if that doesn't work for you, you can also use Super Chat to leave a donation. So whichever works for you. Send you my last solo. All right, let's see here. All right, I see that there. Thank you very much. And what is your question? Now, let me just check something real quick. And get a bit more comfortable. Can pay more on Friday. Okay, thank you. I can give you another reading then as well if you want. Will me and my romantic partner reconcile? All right, let's do a reading on this situation. Will he contact me? All right, let us find out what the probabilities are. All right, so we would like a Celtic cross spread for It's Me, Ariel, in the chat right here, right now, on the question of, will me and my romantic partner reconcile? Will he contact me? A Celtic cross for It's Me, Ariel, on this situation. Let's see what we get. All right. Four of Swords reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Pentacles. The Two of Wands. Four of Wands reversed. Page of Wands. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed. King of Cups. Wow, lots of court cards. And the final outcome card is the Eight of Swords. All right, let's see here. Will you reconcile and will he contact you? Let us see. Well, I can see that's what you're reaching for with that Four of Wands reversed and the hope to achieve position, hoping to overcome the blocked energy of harmony and a loving relationship that being blocked right now in that position. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but from the looks of it here, you're starting out with the Four of Swords reverse, which is going to indicate the idea of restlessness and possibly, well, we'll maybe get to that later, but Four of Swords reverse, Four of Wands reverse, that's the fourth house, the house that talks about those kinds of needs, wants, desires, very personal, intimate things, and they're both reversed, indicating an energy blockage there. So it's not so likely based on that. And Knight of Swords reverse for the outside force coming in is often blocked communication. The final outcome you got is the Eight of Swords, which can indicate isolation, though it can also indicate transformation. I'm actually going to draw an 11th card for you to see what we have. And, well, it's the Tower. So a sudden, intense change, things changing a lot. And again, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Tower card can also mean disaster. Not always, but it often does mean that. So I guess the probability does not look high, which I'm sorry to have to deliver that information, but that's what I have in front of me here. Are there any other questions about this reading? Another psychic said yes, but I have to be careful. Yeah, I mean, well, you do have the Page of Wands in the near future, so there could be some kind of new inspiration, and also the idea of the Eight of Swords for your outcome card being transformation. I guess, it's not impossible that he would contact you again and that there could be some reconciliation, but there's definitely a lot of challenging blocked energy around it regardless. For your challenge card, you got the Queen of Pentacles, and so it could be to your benefit right now to try to make sure that you yourself are feeling as safe and secure as you can, like within yourself and just in general, and perhaps better outcomes could flow from there. She said he's not ready for a relationship. When he's ready, you'll know. Let me see if I see that here. Well, he wouldn't happen to be a fire sign, would he? Do you know what his zodiac sign is, or do you mind saying it? He's a Cancer. Okay, water sign. We got those 2 4s as well. Well, we got the Knight of Cups reverse, which could be a water sign male. We also got the King of Cups, which could be a water sign male. So one's reversed and one's upright, as if to suggest that there is a possibility either way, I guess. 7/13/91. Let me just plug that number in. July 13th, 1991. See if I can find what's out. Aha. His moon sign is in Leo, fire sign. So because, well, the reason that I asked that is because in the near future, you do have Page of Wands, which, well, first of all, as a court card, can indicate a fire sign, including if it's someone's moon sign, and it can also indicate, with it being someone very young, either someone very young or someone who is immature, possibly, but immature in the sense of perhaps not being ready for a real relationship. You know, with this being a relationship reading, it could manifest that way. So I can see how what the other psychic that you got a reading from, how they got that as well, with that Page of Wands energy there. Yeah, it could be that he's just not ready for a relationship. That is plausible. So any other questions on this reading? After this, so when you say that I'll know, does that mean we'll spend more time together and he'll want to be in a relationship one day? Relationship one day. Yeah. Well, that'll be a bit difficult for me to tell. But with that 8 of Swords for the outcome card, that is indicating isolation. So I would lean more towards that scenario. So it'll be very hard. Could be, unless the Tower card that we pulled indicates that once he's ready, there is a sudden intense change, because that's what that card is all about. And the 8 of Swords, transformation. So there could be an undercurrent of the idea of a transformation into the kind of relationship that you want, but at the same time, that could also just be false hope, which I don't want to give people. It's not too trusting, right? Yeah, and trust is essential in a healthy relationship. Yeah. So I hope that gave you some insight into it, though. Sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news. He cut me off because he said I was having one-on-one interactions. Which wasn't true. So a sense of jealousy or something like that. Well, that could be why the Knight of Cups reverse came up. Knight of Cups upright is the ideal lover. Knight of Cups reverse can be like a jealous lover or an immature lover or something like that. Yeah, well, just know that you're not alone. I get relationship questions all the time. It's a very common challenge. You're back. That's good. Did it cut out for a bit or something? You saw me crying and you walked away. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, something like that, like, he may very well be afraid of intimacy, which intimacy doesn't just mean sexuality, it means closeness with another person. A lot of people are afraid of that. I sent him how I felt, like long paragraphs, and all he said was okay. Yeah, that's never good. I'd say it's likely that either he's afraid of intimacy and or he doesn't know like what it takes to actually be in a relationship, which I think is the case with a lot of people. Yeah, like if he's not willing to communicate with you and talk to you about how you feel and at least like validate how you feel, then it's going to be very difficult to form a relationship with someone like that. He's been hurt in the past by his exes. Yeah, that kind of stuff can really stick with a person. Well, it sounds like he has his own trauma that he needs to process. But that's what we do so much when we've been hurt is we will close up, and it's indeed a defense mechanism. But like the last thing I would advise people is to try to sort of fix anyone to make a relationship work, because that gets us into all kinds of trouble. But just in terms of like how to actually help someone heal is even when they're being very closed off like that, like one would still have to be completely present, unconditionally present with that part of them that is closing off. But at the same time, like for you, someone who wants to be in an intimate romantic relationship with him, it's not your job to do that either. So don't feel like it's your responsibility to try to get him to open up. In fact, that would probably just make matters worse eventually. Yeah, he needs to heal. I just want him back. I just want to see his face. Yeah. Yeah, anyone in your situation, I believe, would feel that way. Can understand. Well, the thing that I always advise people is try to let yourself feel what you feel. Don't resist how you feel. Like healing starts with you. Healing starts with yourself. So let yourself feel what you want to feel. Don't resist how you feel, and that's the road to healing. And then that makes you more of a match to people who are not so traumatized, people who are also that much healthier mentally and emotionally. Like I know you want him back specifically, and I mean, that could still theoretically happen, but we don't always get the exact person that we want, sadly. But if we can allow ourselves to heal, then we can attract someone who is a much better match for us. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Yeah, good luck to you. I hope things improve. I helped you. Well, I'm happy to hear that. That's why I do what I do. I want to help as many people as possible. So I'm glad to hear that. Subscribe and turn my notifications on. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing these live tarot reading streams pretty often in the near future. Maybe almost every day for a little while. But at least on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays currently. Okay, good. I'll talk with you soon. All right. Thanks so much. It's me, Ariel. I hope things get better for you. And hope to talk to you again soon. Whether you want a reading or just want to come into the chat and talk. All right. Let's put these cards back. Welcome to me too. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Well, the camera just got a bit blurry. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. All right. Well, I've enjoyed this live stream immensely, but it looks like things have died down, so I'm going to get off now. I don't think there's anyone watching at the moment, but just in case, or if anyone finds this later or whatever, I'll say while I make this unlisted that I hope to be back tomorrow. I'm really going to try to go live tomorrow, doing more live tarot readings, as long as the conditions are favorable. And no matter what, I'll be back on Saturday with another tarot card analysis stream, where we'll be looking at the death card for at least several hours. And later that day, I will also do, most likely anyway, some live tarot readings, as long as, again, the conditions are favorable. And then I'll be back after that on Monday with another set stream, analyzing the nature of personal reality. And again, next Wednesday, as usual, with an astrology stream and or another live tarot reading for a donation of any amount stream. So that's my plan. Thanks for watching. Thanks to those who donated and got readings. And have a great night. I'll see you next time.